It's TGI Now time, back again in the K420 studio discussing real authentic truth talk, freedom of speech, and living in the now. Freeing your mind.
One episode at a time.
Shit, we trying.
Boom.
I get it again.
There we go. There we go.
Hey guys, we're set up. Sorry about that delay, guys. We're a little late. Didn't mean to. Yeah.
So good.
I gotta shit.
People hang out for us. They stick around.
They stick around. They stick around. They stick around. What's going on? We got a little hot topic. It's tax day, or tomorrow's tax day, right?
Well, tomorrow's the end of
Is the end of
filing your taxes, illegally.
illegally?
It's funny, how,
taxes.
we got to pay these taxes to this private entity. It's like they're taking 33% of our labor. We don't have to.
You don't have to.
We don't have to. We do, though.
Yeah.
People who plug into the matrix and get a paycheck and they get their taxes taken out,
Yep.
those people are illegally being taxed.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it because most companies won't 1099 you.
No, that's true. I've seen a lot of companies more nowadays are doing more 1099s, I've noticed.
I know it happens more in
Yeah.
sales.
Yeah.
But I
for
know,
commission.
like, let's say if you're working in a factory or if you're working for a corporation, they're not going to bother not taking your taxes out, but everybody else's.
Exactly. Yeah.
No.
No, it's not.
So 33% of your labor is given to this bank because it's not the government, it's the bank. It doesn't go to anything.
Well, remember I used to tell you, and we talked about this on a Freedom to Fascism podcast too, that the IRS feeds the Federal Reserve. So it's like they take the taxes and they feed the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve loans the money out on fractional lending on fake money that they create out of thin air.
Right.
So the IRS is like the Gestapo.
And we're in debt.
And they're the Gestapo for the New World Order for the Federal Reserve, the IRS. That's what they are. And I got some videos teed up too. We can, as time comes, I can show you a couple receipts that we can discuss where there's professionals that are telling us the exact same thing than what we're saying. And I pulled up the 16th Amendment too.
Right. And that's what I was looking at today.
Yeah.
Now the 16th Amendment is there, 1913, I believe it was put in. Yeah, 1913, right?
Yep.
It was created, right, to give Congress the authority to levy an income tax without the need to distribute a tax burden amongst states according to their population.
Mm-hmm.
But the historical context, before the 16th Amendment, income taxes were considered unconstitutional due to Supreme Court ruling in 1895.
Yep.
So you see, that hasn't even been passed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That law hasn't even been passed, and they've fucking been taxing us in 1913.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's when they created the Federal Reserve too. Don't forget. So it was all.
It's all one to the other.
It all goes together.
Started a war.
Started a war. Yeah.
Same time.
Yep.
Well, let me tell you something. It was illegal to collect income tax from soldiers back in the Civil War days. They were trying to do it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true too.
You got people giving their lives in labor, and they want to tax you. That is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like 33% of my day. If I punch the clock, I don't, thank God. If I punch the clock, 33% of my day is going to belong to the federal government.
100%.
I mean, not even the federal government, the Federal Reserve, because it's not a government. It's not part of the government.
Yeah, it's true. Well, the Federal Reserve is, again, and then we can go into that too, is the Federal Reserve is one bank. It's the Federal Reserve. There's a Federal Reserve in the D.C. area, because that's why they say 98% of people don't have to pay taxes. The only ones that should pay taxes are ones that live in D.C., the surrounding areas of D.C. That's where the law applies. Because remember, D.C. is not a state.
No, it's a District of Columbia.
It's an occupied territory.
Right.
So the Federal Reserve is in D.C. Then you got the Crown, which is the English, the Crown. That's the other bank. That's the Bank of the Crown. Then you have the Bank of Vatican. You have the Vatican Bank. So there's three pulled pedestals of the system. So it's like a triangle. That's 1, 2, and 3. And so we're the muscle. We're the war. We're the war, the army for the world. We're the military for the world. Then the Vatican is the bank, the Immobiliare, just like Godfather 3. They have the Immobiliare, which was the largest bank in the world, and then the Crown, which goes back to Britain. So they all go together. It's always been there. And we just got duped into believing that, that this is what we're supposed to do.
What it is that they'll fine you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take money from your bank.
Oh yeah.
You can even go to jail.
Mm-hmm. Remember
For something that's illegal already. So if you legally don't pay taxes, and I say legally don't pay because you legally don't have to pay taxes, they can illegally arrest you.
Yeah, and illegal to hit your bank account. And then remember what happened to me.
Now you do know that that's a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
But yet they'll arrest you and put you in a federal fucking jail for years for a misdemeanor.
Yeah. And remember what happened to me the two years ago when they did that audit on me and they tried to say that Quinn wasn't my son, that I wasn't allowed to claim him after all these years of claiming him, doing my own taxes. Then I wasn't allowed to claim head of household either because I just showed that I had him more than half the year. And then I wasn't allowed to get the earned income credit that came along with it for all three of those things. So they said I owed them $6,500. And I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Like claimed Quinn all these years, I had no problems. I've claimed head of household all the years, had no problems. And I've gotten an earned income credit tax credit one time.
But you are head of household. This is your house.
I know. And I had Quinn for the whole time of that year. And we rotated every year. For the first time in 17 years of him being on this planet, they tried to say that I wasn't eligible to claim him. So that told me that obviously the system's collapsing, number one.
That's fucked up, too.
So they basically were just blanking and auditing people because I didn't do my own taxes that year. I had an accountant. So they saw the anomalies of what I did. And they were like, oh, wait a minute, we need to audit him. They started doing all these audits. And I used to say to myself, like, imagine all the other people that they did this to. Because they had me backed in the corner. I didn't do anything wrong. And I was like, fuck, I hated going to the mailbox to get the letter. I was like, fuck, I really want to. Now what? And then as I was sending them the information to prove that he was my son, to prove I was head of household, and to prove I earned the income credit, each time I would send stuff to him, they'd come back and say, okay, you can claim him, because obviously I had his birth certificate and everything. Right. Oh, you can claim him, that's okay. And then I would send the other stuff. And, oh, you can claim head of household now. You showed that you had all the days. And then finally at the end, they were like, okay, you can have the income credit. We don't owe you anything and you don't owe us anything.
Well, think of this. Right? Think of this.
Yeah.
So let's say.
All that anxiety for nothing.
What year was it? It was like 2000, I don't know, 15, 14. Right? I was at Bev Smith.
Yep.
Made about, I don't know, I was only there 6 months. I made about 80 grand, right?
Yep.
So I filed taxes and they took taxes out of my, they took their fucking share.
Yeah, they took their share. Yeah.
They took their share. At the end of the year, when I filed taxes through H&R Block, which I will never do again, they fucking wanted to charge me $4 grand more. I said, you took all that money from me and you want me to pay you another $4,000 for what?
Exactly.
What was their excuse? They didn't deduct enough. That's not my problem.
For real. What the fuck? Get that shit in blood.
You shouldn't have deducted anything. I'm the one that went to work, not you.
Man.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, they do. That's what they do. It's a scam.
It's a scam that people are so fucking afraid of the IRS.
Exactly.
Because of jail time, because of they have their homes taken from them. That's all bullshit.
I know.
That's illegal seizure.
Well, even the fact that when I went through what I was going through, I knew I didn't do anything wrong, right? But it still took the anxiety. It brought you down into fear, all that energy. I had to make copies of everything and mail it to them. Then I had a certified mail it to them. And then the certified mail didn't get there on time. And all the anxiety came along, knowing that I didn't do anything wrong, till you get to the point where you're like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll just pay it. I'll just pay them $50 a month till I'm blue in the face so they leave me the fuck alone. And that's really what it comes down to. And that's what they want. Because when they're hurting for money like they are now because the system's collapsing, that they wanted to put on the books, John Carapio's $6,500. Until I decide to submit, then they owe it. But then I push back, and then they were like, all right, we don't owe you anything.
Well, I'm tell you.
So that's what happens is people get that anxiety.
Sandra last year got $8,000 from taxes last year. This year with the new tax laws, Trump's new tax laws, she got only $1,000.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
The tax was supposed to be benefiting the middle class.
Yep.
Listen, I'm not knocking Trump again. Everybody says I knock Trump out. You know what I mean? It's just that I expect something.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, we should get the money back from everything they stole from
Whatever
us.
happened to the $2,000 that was supposed to be added
on top
to the income tax?
Exactly.
They were thinking we're going to get about 10 G's.
You get nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So she paid all that money out. They took all that fucking money out of her account because, again, I'm not on the matrix. She is.
Yeah.
And they fucking want to, they give her a G back.
Yeah. No. I
A grand.
I seen that with mine this year, too.
All the money you took out this year, that's what you give me back.
Yeah. And then, not to mention all the waste, fraud, and abuse that's been uncovered. It's like all this
Where's
waste.
that money?
Where's
What
that
are y'all
money?
doing with that money
Where's
right
all
now?
that money? Where's all that Doge money that they found, that they uncovered, that Nick Shirley went to Minnesota and showed everybody, and then nobody got arrested, nobody gets in trouble, everybody's living in brand new houses and getting brand new cars and like living the high life. We're all sitting here playing with ourselves.
Yeah, and here we're doing the right thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Trying.
You know, it makes you think, you know, like, why continue to do the right thing?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's what people start to think about.
You know what I
people
mean?
are starting to say. That's why they want to do this tax, this tax boycott or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, we need to fucking eliminate. I mean, fuck taxes, bro. I'm not claiming no more.
You're done.
I'm done.
He's done. I'm out.
$29. I'm gonna frame it to see that was my last.
Your last time.
My last time. Look, $29 check that I never cashed.
Yeah. Right. There you go.
It's ridiculous.
It is. It's bad.
And then we make the mistake, right? Because we want the money to go directly to our account. We give these motherfuckers our bank account.
Oh, well, they can get
So that way, when they don't get what they want, they can
But
just
we give it to them freely, bro.
Yeah, we give it to them.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Here,
We
watch
need to
it.
stop that bullshit.
There had to be a law, right?
Where is the law? Show me the law.
There had to be a law, right?
Where is the law? Show me the law.
Show me the law.
Yeah, she said that what happened was is that she did research. She was trying to win $50,000.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw the video.
You know, and she fucking did research in 2 weeks, and she said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I know. The movie Freedom to Fascism is where all this information is. That's the movie to watch. Freedom to Fascism. If you watch that, your jaw just hit the ground. You'd be like, "What the fuck? Are you kidding me?" Aaron Russo did a great documentary on that. Freedom to Fascism. It's a great. If you want to, blow an hour and a half of just fucking straight up all about the Federal Reserve, all about the IRS, all about the whole. And we've talked about this before, and that's why a lot of people talk about buying gold and silver because of the system and because of the collapse of the dollar and the collapse of the fake Federal Reserve and the fake fucking fiat money. It's all fake. It's not real. It's all fake. It's not backed by anything. It doesn't do anything. It's just a perpetual
I was
cycle.
expecting that 2 G's, thinking, okay,
Yeah.
that shit never came.
Never nothing.
And look, no tax on tips and all this shit that people get distracted on. A very small population lives on fucking tips, right?
Yeah.
Number one. And they make this big deal of it. Not everybody gets overtime. I mean, you got to be in the system. They're already taking your fucking money. So the overtime they're not going to tax, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So pretty much what they're saying is that if you're in the system, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you get tips, you don't have to pay tax on that. But if you're not in the system, you're fucked.
Because you're just paying in, and that's where I told you, like, you can opt out and fill out the form, the W-2 and fucking whatever it is, the I-9, whatever it is, you fill it out and you put exempt. You can put exempt there, and they won't take any tax out of your check. You have the option to put an exempt, but then eventually they're going to want their money, and then if you don't pay them, then they're going to come after you. You're like, what the fuck,
And they're going to illegally come after you.
Illegal, yeah, of course. But the guys that we talked about, I have the videos pulled up for the Freedom Law School, Restore Freedom, Never Again Voluntary Pay the Washington, D.C. Swamp, legally and safely guaranteed. And that's exactly what it is. It's the swamp. You're paying them. You're paying D.C. because it's an occupied territory. It's not a state.
No, it's not.
The D.C. is part of the crown. They're part of the three-headed snake. It's a three-headed snake that's been running this show for hundreds of years, well, thousands really, but they've been running the show all this time, and that's where people have to wake up. That's part of the awakening, is you have to wake up and say, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm not going to be this slave to this system and keep paying these taxes, and nothing comes back, and I get nothing out of it, and everything's going up, and wages don't go up, and everything goes up, and homeowners insurance goes up, and house taxes go up. Everything goes up. My payment, ever since COVID, my payment in my house just keeps going up every year. More higher insurance, higher property taxes. It just keeps going up.
Yeah.
Nothing comes down. Nothing's like, oh shit, you get a bill and go, oh shit, my mortgage went down by $200. Look at that. You never get anything like that.
Man.
No, you never get anything go down. Nothing goes down.
Checks don't come in the mail. Bro.
No, exactly. It's ridiculous. And that's what, and that's where people have to wake up. They have to look at the system for what it is, and to take our power away from it, because that's how you collapse it. We create it with our reality, with our thoughts and our words. So if we take our power away from it, it loses its power, and it'll collapse on itself, because it's all based on lies. And that's what it comes down to, is all lies. And all of it's based on nothing but lies. And eventually their lies collapse on themselves, because you can't keep covering up the same lie. You keep printing up more money, keep printing up more money.
I can tell you this, we're ending April soon. We're coming into May, already half the year.
Right, it's crazy.
And I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Everybody said this is going to be the year. Show me.
Yeah.
Real.
What the fuck? And then this war with Iran is a distraction for them to fucking your super fucking taxes more. But remember, you pay taxes not only in your fucking income tax. You pay taxes when you eat a meal.
Yeah, everything.
You pay taxes when you fucking put gas in your car.
Yep.
You pay taxes for everything. So mainly, like 60% of your fucking money goes to taxes.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's 100%. The food you buy at the grocery store, everything. You get taxed on everything. Everything you do, gas, everything you turn around, everything that's this 99 cent, fucking thing.
Used to be 99
Used to be 99 cents. Now it's $1.29 plus tax.
Your dollar store is $1.25.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We've seen them shits for $1 in like 3 years.
Yeah, I know. It's
They used to be like, they used to put the big 99 cents
Big
sign.
They
on
do.
it.
It's still 99 cents.
They still say it,
but
but
they charge more for it though. It should say 99 cents maybe. Like maybe it's crazy. Maybe it's 99 cents.
It used to be
$1.07. You'll know when you go to the register.
It's sugar water, brown sugar water.
Brown sugar water. Sugar water for 99 cents. 99 cents. Get your brown sugar water. Yeah, it's scary actually, And then when you talk about it like we are, then you start to like realize it. Like wow, like you start to realize with your real eyes. Like, man, this is all just one big fucking sham.
Yeah, but I'm a big carnivore, right?
Yeah.
I like to eat meat and I love ribeye. So I go to the store and ribeyes are like $20 a pound. It's ridiculous. $20 $20.99 a pound. And I'm like, for a fucking piece of meat. And even if you get like any good piece of meat is going to cost you $17.99 plus.
That's crazy.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
I watched this thing the other night about what a cow costs now. The price of a cow, just like owning a cow. It's fucking ridiculous now, bro. Fucking people are paying 110 grand for a cow.
For a cow.
110 grand.
Jesus.
That's a house.
That's
It
crazy.
used to be a house.
Yeah, that used to be a house.
Yeah. Now it's
You
a,
used to go buy a house with
now it's
that.
a BMW.
Not so long ago, that was a fucking house.
Yeah.
So show me where, like they show like these scales for inflation and all this bullshit.
Yep.
Show me.
They can't. They don't want to show you that shit.
No, not that.
It would be a lot.
They could show any scale to fucking make it look good.
Make it look. They would lie.
But show me in life.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go out there and talk to the people. How you doing? How's your pocket? How do you feel about every week when you get your check, you think you're making $20 an hour, but you're really only making $13?
Right.
How does that make you feel?
It sucks.
Huh?
It sucks.
Do you feel, you feel any worth?
Nope.
You got value?
Nope.
You think?
Nope. Nothing.
You just went to the store and spent $100 for 2 days of food.
Right.
If that.
If that. Yeah.
If that.
Shit. I go in there and I could buy what? Like a sub and a drink and a side and maybe like a snack.
That's
like
$25.
$25. I'm like, what the hell?
Bro.
What did I just buy?
Right?
Yeah, dude, that's real.
You be looking like, damn, what the fuck did I just...
I was like, what did I just buy?
Looking at the bag.
Not so long. Not so long ago.
Yeah.
$10 will buy you a decent lunch. Bro.
And a heartbeat.
Yeah. Not so long
3
ago.
years
I'm
ago.
talking about just a few years ago. When I'm talking about back in the day.
No.
Not so long ago.
Yep.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
So what the fuck happened?
$10 got you a decent lunch.
You know what happened, Eddie?
What?
They fucking just keep printing money.
Printing the
why.
money.
They just keep printing it like we've been talking about. So,
None of it.
well, because they're giving it to the banks. They're printing it up and giving it to the banks. That's what they're doing.
They're printing money, and I mean, if I was getting some shit, that'd be great.
I know. That's what they're
But I
printing.
ain't getting it. As a matter of fact, the more money you print, the less I get. How does that work?
Because it takes more.
How does that work?
It takes more paper to buy the ribeye. So there's more paper now. So there's so much paper in circulation that the only way to justify the price of all the paper in circulation is to keep raising price. That's all it is. You just keep raising the price. That's
but it's not. The money ain't coming out to civilian.
No,
that's the problem.
No. It's going to the corporations and the banks. The banks get it.
So again, what people are saying is that the rich get richer.
Yeah, well, it's always been that way. Yeah.
Okay, so
that's design.
I thought that this administration was going to change them.
I did too. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I just keep faith in God. I know that I know that things are going to work out.
You know, this thing now with Trump. You know, one thing he said that kind of like bugged me, and it bugged a lot of people because I'm about life, bro. And I thought he was too, but when he said that he would like obliviate Iran,
he wasn't going to do that. And
that was the point of saying it. Yeah, you're the fucking president of the United States.
There's a way to deal with this type of bullshit that we're dealing with. It's like,
bro, what bullshit? We got nothing to do with fucking Iran,
right? We shouldn't even be.
Fuck them. We already nuked their fucking nuclear shit. You know what I mean? We're the army of the world. We got the best army. We're fine. The fuck are we doing over there?
We got rid of what we were worried about. Let's leave.
I mean, he's bragging about I blew up 153 ships. How many people were on that fucking ship? You have to understand, bro, there's no volunteering the army in Iran. You in the army.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a lot of good people that didn't want to fucking do this on those ships. Not all of them are terrorists, bro. Not all of them are bad.
They gotta
Not
fight.
every Iranian's evil.
I hear that.
That's what I'm talking about. And we're paying for it in gas prices and everything else. And they're sinking ships and fucking no Air Force, no Navy. Fucking if we're all that, bro, let's get that fucking Strait of Hormuz already open, bro. What the fuck? If that little army there is fucking stopping us, then we ain't that bad, bro.
John said something the other day. He was like, it's just like what was that thing they did on Easter? They released that. They say that guy came out of the mountain or whatever.
Oh yeah, the biblical part of it. Yeah. So the guy that did with the pilot that got shot down, he hid in a cave for 3 days, and then they found him on Easter Sunday. Like, come on, like, give me a fucking break.
No,
like,
they didn't find him on a fucking Easter Sunday, bro. I told John, I was like, bro, I feel like, bro, they only give us the shit when they're ready for us to.
That's it.
It's all damage control. When it hits the news, it's already been done. They've decided we're going to report this when we want to report this.
Now.
I agree with you.
We got
100%. And I think it's years in the making, not just weeks and weeks.
Really stupid that just came out, right? Against the Democrats.
That Swalwell guy.
Oh man.
I was just watching the video with him and Adam Schiff like kissing each other's asses. And it was like, oh my God. And then all you can think about is Swalwell's video. And I'm like,
what's the other guy's name?
That's fucking nuts, dude.
The black dude that talks like a robot.
Oh, that's Akeem Jeffries. The dollar store Obama.
Well, also, they got him.
Hell yeah, they got
with rape.
They got shit on all these people, man. I'm telling you.
All that shit is gonna come out.
It's all gonna come out, Eddie, because they're demons, dude. They're fucking demons. They're not human. They're demons.
I think it was.
They're demons. They're bad.
Gonzalez.
He's done too. He packed it in. Yeah. They're all gonna start dropping, man. They're all demons. The light is shining on them. I think that. We're going to witness a lot of that. I mean, yeah, we're having still economic issues and all this bullshit with the gas prices and everything like you're saying. But at some point, something's got to break. Something's got to give. Like, it really has to just get to that point.
But I tell you this, if it wasn't for Cat's Pizza, I probably wouldn't have dinner today.
What?
Fucking ribeye, $30 a pop.
What?
I'm waiting for
Maybe
the
that's,
show to be
maybe that's why they were out of hamburger. Because of the hamburger, Johnny couldn't get a
fucking
hamburger.
hamburger meat's too expensive.
I know.
Fuck. But I gotta tell you, man, I ordered the wings
Oh, that's
and their
funny.
fries.
That's so funny.
Let me remind you guys, they got awards for their wings.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Awards for
Yep.
their fucking wings. So if you guys are looking for some good wings, not just pizza, because Caps is not just pizza. It's not just a pizza shop. It's a fucking restaurant.
Yep.
All right. They got fucking delicious food. They got burgers. There was a post on Marketplace or fucking Neighborhood. A good burger. Caps Pizza makes a good burger.
Yep.
They make the best pizza in town.
They do. Yeah.
Right? And their wings are amazing. And they make good sandwiches. There's so much there. Beer, wine, the atmosphere. If you guys are looking for just a chill spot, you want to feel good and not spend a lot of money because money is tight, go to Cat's Pizza, man. His prices are insane. He's always fucking reasonable. And I got to tell you, if you told that man you were hungry and you had no money, you'll be eating.
That's true. That's
Because that's the type of place they are. They're not going to throw you out. They're going to give you a seat and treat you like a VIP.
That's real deal right
That's
there.
real.
No, that's true.
That's real talk.
They did that during COVID. They
Yeah.
did all that stuff for the
They didn't have
community.
no money. Don't worry about it. Sit down.
Yeah.
Kids eat free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
there's no reason to be hungry in Vero Beach because John will make sure you
That's
eat.
right.
That's
Yeah.
the one
So
thing.
that-
And that's real.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying
Yeah.
that for fucking advertising.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's
So, if you guys ever, feel like a need to just say, hey, listen, let me buy a pie and I want to donate a pie.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Because they give food away.
Yeah. That's
you know,
what Johnny said.
donate a pie.
That's why his dad
So buy a
said.
pie, donate a pie.
You get what you get.
You know what I mean?
You get
if,
what you
if you
give.
got it like that, you feel good, you want to help out, fucking donate a pie. And
Yeah.
believe me, John will give that pie to a family.
Yes, he will.
A family
Absolutely.
would eat because you felt good about buying a pie.
He'll even deliver it to him himself.
Yeah, man. That's John, bro.
It is.
That's Cat's Pizza, man. They're out by 27th and Oslo.
Yep.
And let me tell you something, they have a party room. There's a lot that they do for this community. And I stress on that because not only do they have delicious food and a great atmosphere, but they do a lot.
Yeah, they do.
So support them. Forget Domino's and that fucking cardboard pizza.
That's
Get
right.
some really good pizza. Check out Cat's Pizza.
Yep. Give him a call, 772-770-CAPS, capspizzamenu.com. Tell them TGI Now sent you.
Yeah,
15% off. Yeah, here's 15% off until further notice. Until shit starts getting real. Oh, somebody sending us
A mattress.
It's sunshine. Yeah. That's true. Thanks for that, Gene.
That was a good comment. Good timing.
That's funny. Sunshine.
As I spark up.
As I spark up. Oh, that's funny.
Let me tell you something.
That's funny.
That post I just that Sunshine just put out. I was in the gym.
Yep.
And I train a client. And I smoke before I work out.
Yeah.
I do. I smoke in the mornings. I take my pills and I smoke a blunt on my way into the gym.
Yeah.
So he says, I smell it on you. He says, but you never look high. You like. I said, let me tell you, that's what helps me in there. I zone out.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's
to
funny.
think, really, because it's medicine to a lot of people. It's
Yeah.
medicine to me.
It's medicinal.
Yeah, it puts me in a really good place. I'm not edgy. I'm not, I'm smiling all the time because I'm happy.
Yeah.
Really, it entices my happiness. It just brings it out more, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of a shy person. But I was telling him I was on that VA had me on gabapentin,
Yep.
Wellbutrin, Trazodone, and a side of Paxil. Had me fucked up.
Wow. And all bloated too.
Yeah, I was bloated, drinking
Yeah.
alcohol,
You told me that
fucking
too, yeah.
depression, fucking, I mean, all kinds of shit on this medication.
Yeah.
So when the card came out, my card number is 947. I'm like one of the first 1,000 to have a card in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
And I got off of the meds. My life got better, dude.
Yeah.
So I am anti-prescription medication. I think that it's harmful, especially psychotropics. If you're on a heart medication, I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice. If you got cancer, whatever the case may be, and you're on different medications that's prescribed by a doctor, I'm talking about psychotrops,
Yeah.
psychotropic medication. You got these they diagnose you with depression, with anxiety, with PTSD, bipolar disorder, all kinds of different shit to give you a pill that doesn't do shit for you.
That's exactly right.
But it fucking deteriorates you. I think it's there to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Slowly. Yeah.
Slowly.
Yeah.
It's not made to make you better.
No, it's
Damn
not.
sure ain't.
No, I was watching a video about that today. You know, just you're a constant customer. You don't get better. You don't get any healthier. You know,
We heal you. What the fuck we
Well,
gonna do?
I heard another 45-year-old young man died of a heart attack. So
locally too.
I think so. I'm not sure. I forgot if we were talking about it on the way to Melbourne.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's real too. I mean, people are you know.
Well, that's the vaccine.
Yeah, that's and
Fuck people's heart.
a combination of other stuff that they were
the
doing
medication,
too.
the
Medication,
food,
you
everything
know.
that you fucking put into your system
It's all-
nowadays. Even the air you breathe. You know,
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you what I saw the other day, and I want to take a picture, but I have my camera available. I'm driving, right? And you know how you got the chemtrails?
Yep.
I don't know. I think this motherfucker was just playing, bro. He was
what
like
he's doing?
zigzag.
He was doing like a circle looking thing,
Like zigzagging. Like he had nothing else to do. He just
Right.
wanted to fuck around
right.
and poison us.
Yeah, I think they're drones too. I think,
But
they're-
whatever the case, whatever it is,
yeah.
You know, somebody
So-
controlling
Yeah,
anything
they're
else.
fucking
It
around.
wasn't straight.
No,
Have
It
you
was
seen
like,
Have you seen the drones in town?
I've seen some when I drive back from hockey at night. I see
They're
them flopping
everywhere.
around. Yeah, and I was like, "What the hell
And
is
they
that?"
follow you. Like they'll
Yeah, I've
just
seen
like
them.
if
Yeah.
you ride by, if they're like just floating and you're the only car that rides by, they just follow you all the
Yeah.
way to wherever you're going.
I seen them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I woke up and I think it's a plane. I'm like, "That's
No,
a drone."
it's a
'Cause
little
you can see
drone.
it. You can
Yeah.
see it hovering with the lights. I can see
Shoot
it.
that motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Man.
I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Get battery on a Leo.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's a cop thing?
Yeah, it's the police.
But that's illegal, man.
They're everywhere, bro. There's an app that shows you where they are. They're everywhere
Everywhere.
around the city.
Well, and they're tracking everything. You know, tracking and tracing everything.
I don't know.
That's what the sheriff
They're
just got a bunch.
everywhere.
Yeah,
bro.
he just got a bunch more money too. He got
It's
his,
like
he got his
AO,
budget passed.
the app is like AODPD or something like that. It'll let you look that shit up.
That's nice.
Nah.
I'm out.
Real shit. I'm telling you.
It's real shit. I
I'm
see
here.
it. I see
I'm
it.
here to Port St. Lucie.
One. I guess I'm not. I'm not.
When you got
I'm
you
easily
to Fort
distracted.
Pierce and come back, you
Yeah.
being followed.
I go to Fort Pierce and back every day.
You
That's
being
where I live.
followed.
At night, you can see them. They
At night, you
hover.
see
It
them,
looks
they're
like a
little-
plane at
they're
first.
white
and
lights
white
flashing.
lights, and you look at it, and you're like, "That's not a plane because it's not flying like it's not going across. It's just like hovering." So the closer you get to it, the more you just see it hovering.
It's just a white light flashing in
Yeah.
the sky.
So what happens if you have a drone? They shoot it down with their drone.
Probably, yeah. That's
Why are
probably
they gonna arrest my drone?
that's probably what they're doing everywhere. Yeah, they're shooting everybody.
That's a violation of someone's privacy, though.
Nah, you shoot my drone
That's also
down.
a distraction. I mean, that could cause an accident.
I know. We got Mike in the chat. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, I think that can cause an accident. I think that's stupid.
It's probably the fucking sheriff's office. Yeah.
No, it
Probably.
is. It is the
Yeah.
sheriff's office.
I
It's
know.
both sheriff's offices.
And he-
Port St. Lucie and the Near River
And he
County.
just got all his money too.
But
telling
why,
you.
though? I mean, what the fuck?
It's the only way they can.
Aren't there enough cameras in town?
They
to
can't
fucking
solve
catch?
a murder to save their
Bro,
fucking life.
right, they still ain't found that guy.
They still ain't, bro. They can't. Bro, they
How
can't.
did they not find this
Murders here, bro, don't get solved.
guy? How did they not find this guy?
They don't. They
I
don't
know.
get solved here, bro. If you're selling drugs, if you're doing fraud, any of that shit, your ass going to jail. They're gonna catch you on that. Here, they'll catch you on that. But a murder, they're not catching nobody on a fucking murder.
How's
here,
that
bro.
even possible? They can't find this guy still. Like it doesn't make sense.
You get caught here on a murder, you gotta be dumb as fuck because you gotta be like right on camera.
Right?
That's the only way they catch you.
Yeah, they still haven't released the footage of that too. That shooting at the
And it was right
in the
where
library.
it is. There's footage.
Oh yeah, the library has cameras everywhere. Yeah, they still haven't
Let
found
me
this
tell
guy,
you
and they're
something.
not even a body, not
Vero
even a
Beach,
leg.
Vero Beach has its own corruption.
I'm telling you.
It's not good. man.
There's a lot of money in Vero Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we go back to the money. You know, like the money system is where it all stems from.
Money in this fucking
Money,
town.
A lot of it.
Rolls Royce trucks just pulling up through this motherfucker. I'm like, bro, this is getting out of hand.
Vero Beach is the Hamptons of Florida, dude.
Yeah.
And everybody say that. Everybody keeps saying that. Like, You
That's
see it
what
in
it is.
movies. Why movies keep saying Vero Beach?
Yeah, Vero Beach is the Hamptons of Florida, and I mean it's a nice little town. Rhino as fuck, purple as fuck.
Got
Very
infiltrated.
purple.
Infiltrated.
Yeah, very purple because of the people with money, bro. If you notice,
They're the ones, yeah.
they're the ones that had the Biden Harris. I mean, the fucking Biden, whatever.
yeah.
I mean, the fucking
yeah.
Harris, whatever
Everything.
the guy's name
Yeah.
was.
No, they that's what you start to realize is like so what do they know that other people don't know? What is their deal in the real deal in the real world? And my father told me when we first moved here, he told me the people that live in the island and did live in those big mansions, he said they've done very bad shit. They've done very
they're
bad
evil, bro.
things. He told me that when I first moved here. He told me,
Bro, I heard right.
bad shit goes on.
There
man.
was a Bible study, a pastor who was also a history teacher in the high school. And he explained the history of Vero Beach. The Indians that lived here were giants and they were cannibals.
yeah.
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 The Indians that lived in Indian River.
Yeah, they're Nephilim spirits. There must be a lot of
they were
Nephilim
giants.
There must
and
be-
they were cannibals.
Yeah, there must be a lot of Nephilim spirits flopping around this area.
This fucking place here, you know.
Yeah.
I tell you, like something that you said, John. When I first came to this town, I used to fix boat docks.
Mhm.
You know, I was in marine construction, and I seen some of these houses, bro.
Stupid.
I mean, bro,
I done seen some of them getting built. Like
you could
as a
fit this
kid,
one,
like,
mine, and another house in some of these
some of
fucking
these
houses,
houses.
bro.
states. That's what
I
they
mean,
are.
they're
God
fucking-
damn it.
Big glass.
Yeah.
The whole back thing is glass. The fucking pool's like a waterfall
Right.
right into the river.
Stupid.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And all that money.
Nuts.
$6
Yeah.
million
The nastiest people you will ever fucking meet.
Right? Yeah.
Not a con bone in their body.
Bro, let me tell you, I did a job, right? And so we were doing a seawall. It takes a minute to do a seawall, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks, right? Get a good seawall put in and get it, because it's a lot of work. You got to get a fucking big jet out there. It's just a lot of work. So what they do, bro, for you not to use their restroom, they buy a porta potty.
Right. They
We
buy
don't
one.
supply it. We didn't supply
Right.
it.
Buy it.
They did.
That's funny. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's classic.
They don't want you anywhere near their house.
Right. Oh God. Don't come in here.
Yeah, you got to pee, all that. And don't smoke on their
So
property.
you see, but getting
Don't
back,
smoke cigarettes, not even cigarettes on their property.
but getting back to the financial part of it too, and the money. A lot of these crimes that are committed to get this money is these white collar crimes. So these financial crimes,
Yeah.
these banking crimes,
Child
these,
sex, slavery, all this shit.
these bribes, things of that nature that go on that you think that are not. It's not possible that are
Oh, it's
actually really.
That's
Yeah.
movie shit. That's
No,
what
yes,
happened.
exactly. It's
That's
movie
actually
real.
fucking
Yeah.
happening. That's
Yeah.
real.
Real as fuck.
That's really.
And so that's what my dad meant when he told me that was like, they're not that they're like killing people or things are, but they're they're destroying people's lives financially is what they're doing. They're exploiting, like we talked about, the Federal Reserve and the usury. Their usury is what makes people rich, is the usury part, the interest upon fake money on top of that. And so there's so much in circulation. How much is enough? Like in the movie Wall Street, Michael Douglas says, like, greed is good, but how much is enough? How many boats you can drive by? How many cars can you drive? How many
Oh, these
houses can you
people
live
want
in?
more, bro.
That's what I mean, and that's what it becomes. It becomes the worldly possessions.
Oh, yeah.
And so then it becomes you're really plugged in the matrix. You're really like, this is my, look at what I got. Look at my bank account. Look at all my boats and my cars and my
just like you seen Wolf on Wall Street.
Yeah.
When his dad was talking to him at the horse farm, he told him, he was like, "How much is enough?"
Yeah.
He was like, "You got 300 million sitting around, and you got everything a man could want. What's enough?"
right.
And he was just like, bro, that right there, that showed you right there that
Sick.
something had a hold of him that
Yeah.
he just couldn't shake, because you got that much money, you got all this shit. Your dad just made a fucking valid point, and you still in your mind just said, it's never enough.
Yeah. And that's part of the worldly. This world, we're not of this world. We're not of this world. We're in this world.
Here I'm minimalizing.
Yeah.
And people want more. I want less.
Exactly. I know.
It's the truth.
It is. It's so true.
And look, my bills are met. Thank God. I don't have them looking for my truck and all that shit. But I realize that when I don't have so much, I'm a lot happier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, less attachments. Or everything's an attachment.
Yeah. I'm not as. I don't know. I feel a lot happier without it.
Yeah.
And people tell me, Eddie, stop saying that. You need to say that you love money and all this shit. This way you could get it. No.
Well, you're a money magnet. You have to love it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really,
Yeah.
Look, even I just want to be able to take care of things. That's it. I don't need the extra stuff. I've had the extras and it's got me in trouble.
It's all attachments. It's all bullshit.
You know what I mean? It's all bullshit. I don't want the extras. I have more than enough, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I have more than enough.
Abundance.
And, I am. I have an abundance. And not only that, bro, one thing about me, I was thinking about this the other day. One thing is that if I want something, I fucking get it.
Oh.
I do. If I want to do something, I make sure it fucking happens. Yeah.
You always have.
Yeah.
That's the thing that we always have. We've always been able to meet our needs and not to not sell yourself, to sell out. We all sell out when we were in the matrix and we were really hard into it, like when you were before I met you and me, and the things we were doing to try to get ahead, and the 401k and the retirement and all that. Then you realize that we're just day to day, so there's no reason to plan for a future that might never come. Yeah. So you live in the moment, you live in the present, and you enjoy. You have enough right now. We have more than enough as we speak, as we're sitting here. We have more than enough caps. We have more than enough to do what we're doing.
Plenty of food.
We got exactly.
Shelter.
And then once you're in that gratitude, that's when the abundance comes. That's when the real stuff, the real joy comes.
I do stay in gratitude. I do.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And I guess somebody one time told me a long time ago. They say, Eddie, man, in 2/3 of the world, you are a millionaire.
Yeah.
You own a car and have a house. You're a fucking millionaire.
Yeah, but we pay too much taxes. That's the problem.
No. And that's the truth.
That's the problem. Yeah.
If we didn't have to pay taxes, if we didn't have all this bullshit, if gas because even the tax on gas,
that's stupid.
If everything was fucking just reasonable.
Yeah.
Reasonable. This is what we make. This is what we can spend. That's fucking... it revolves. The economy grows better because we spend more. Yeah. Stop taking it from us and we're spending less.
Exactly. You just hit it on the head. They're taking from us, printing more, and then we're spending less. Look how how reversal that is.
It's fucked up.
It's backwards. We're living.
But it's devised that way.
We're living in reverse.
They want you to fucking have less. They want you to fucking do what they want.
Reverse. Living in reverse. Living in reverse. That's what it is. It's all backwards. We're paying in, not getting anything back, and everything's going up. It's all living backwards. We're living in reverse. Everything's going up. Mortgages going up. Car insurance goes up. Everything goes up. Like we said before, we're living in reverse. We're not living in we're not living in the abundance that God provided for us.
5 years ago, 6 years ago, a reasonable car payment was $350.
Oh yeah, easily.
If you had a $500 car payment, you were nuts.
Yeah.
Now
I watch a video.
Car payments are $800, $900 a month.
It's insane. And you're lucky if you get 6.
You want something nice, it'll cost you $1,200, or you're gonna put at least 10 G's down.
Exactly.
Yep.
We're talking about the difference between just a few years.
Yeah, and so imagine how much money they've printed up in just a few years to make it go that high that quick.
They fucked everything up.
Yeah.
They fucked everything up because the people that are getting hurt is the working class.
Exactly.
The fucking engine of this country. Yeah. We're the engine. They're just the fucking drivers, whatever. I hate to say it that way, but it's the truth.
We're the
fucking engine making this fucking country run. And the drivers are fucking just breadcrumbing our ass.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Breadcrumbing. Yeah.
We're the ants marching.
As soon as your park break, they replacing your ass.
Fuck
But that's it. I mean, that's where you realize imagine how much money they've printed up since COVID. How much money's been printed up since then? Since COVID, because I refinanced my house during COVID. and I got 3% interest rate, and I basically lowered my payment and everything, paid off all my shit, everything right during COVID. Now, if I tried to do that now, I'd be fucked.
No, they
Don't
raise
forget
it.
about
They
it.
try to raise it.
I'd be fucked. No, I'd be fucked. I'd be screwed. So look how just from COVID until now.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's nothing available.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's literally what they would tell you.
Yeah,
There's
you're
nothing
fucked.
available.
You're
Yeah,
fucked.
we haven't gotten another mortgage because our rate is at like
It's-
2.7,
you can't,
2.9
yeah,
mortgage.
Leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
It's stupid. You
Leave it
know,
where
it
it's-
doesn't make any sense. Yeah, just leave it where it's at.
Because we were thinking about just getting a second mortgage, and then we said, nah. When a fucking, we're both 700s at the time. I'm not there anymore. I'm about a 6. But we're both, and she was in the high 7s, and they wanted to give her a 7% interest rate. She said, "You're fucking crazy."
Yeah, but that's the
I
only way
want 2%.
they can't give you 2%.
No, they don't do it. It doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't exist.
It no longer exists.
How is that possible? Because
Why?
they printed up too much money. They printed up.
But 2% was a lot. If you charge if you look at what you pay, let's be a $300,000 house. After you pay it off with your mortgage, and even at 5%,
Oh, forget
you're
it.
still paying about $1 million plus.
Easy. Well, remember what mortgage is. Mortgage is death grip. That's what it means. Mortgage, death grip. That's exactly what that is. It's a death grip, and that's why they do that. That's why they play it out like that. That's why they fuck with the interest
So you
rates.
gotta live on a boat, bro. There's no more.
Living on a boat. Living on a boat.
I pay a fucking.
Pay for
the
the dock fee. Yeah.
That's it.
You want to move? You just unravel the tie and fucking take off. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
I'll find some more boat dock somewhere.
Fucking a dock in the middle of the water.
Exactly.
Free.
Yeah.
Anchor out there.
Right. It's
Fucking
ridiculous.
have fucking solar panels.
Yeah.
You know where I seen one of my boys live? He lived like way out there in fucking. It's not like Yeehaw Junction. It's like I'm talking about, and it's a swamp. He lives on a swamp. It's like a literal swamp.
So you got the gators.
Bro, literally have to get on a boat
Right.
to get to this motherfucking crib, and it's up in a treehouse.
That's awesome.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? He's
That's
like, yeah,
awesome.
man. He's like, this is where I work, actually. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, I work and live here. He's like, I'm the guy that does everything. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm
That's
like, what
freedom.
the fuck is this?
That is freedom.
Bro, in a treehouse, bro. The treehouse
bad.
was so fire, bro.
I seen some. I was watching some shit, some
That's
some
funny.
builder shit because I like watching those shows, like construction shows. And I seen some nice fucking tree houses, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think they got to pay tax on that.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Right.
You on the water,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
there was a whole community out there, though. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah. People
like,
do it.
He's the guy. He's the guy that takes you to your
Yeah,
house
it's like
if
a
you don't got a
community where I
yeah.
live.
If
It's
you don't
like-
got a boat, he takes you to your house.
There's people anchored out where I'm at. Somebody I know lives. 2 people that I know live on a sailboat out there, and they take a little jetty, little boat. They go back and forth every day.
Yeah.
They got solar panels, and
Right.
they're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Until a storm comes and you gotta buckle down.
Oh, you got
That's
to
it.
bring the
Yeah.
boat in. You can't keep the boat out there.
no.
Then you gotta-
You'll be missing
But
a
no,
boat.
that's a lot of people like that. The people down the Keys do that. Yeah, it's cool. I get seasick, so I couldn't do it. I'd be getting seasick. A little wind, like there's been wind today. The boat
You'd be
be
sitting
bouncing.
on
I'd be
my
like
boat,
laying on the bed like, ugh.
Because it's been when it was windy and rainy.
I couldn't do it.
She was like rocking.
Dude,
like this.
forget it. I'd be like,
It's a small boat. It's
I'd be
only
curled up in
38
the
foot.
corner. And I'd be like, ugh.
With a ginger ale.
Oh God, I hate that. I hate that
It's a
feeling.
small yacht, just
Yeah.
38 foot. But yeah, that shit was rocking like that. I slept like a baby.
Did you really?
Oh, bro, I felt like I was being rocked to
Oh
sleep.
man, I couldn't do it, dude.
Yeah, be like,
Oh,
Oh, no, I was
Fuck
good. I
that.
did a fatty fucking.
ugh,
I turned the TV on just to hear it.
right? It's so sick.
And I just
I'd have
fucking
to-
went right out.
I'd have to get up on the deck and like get some air and shit.
Nah.
Oh God, I don't care if it's raining or not. I'm like, I'll sleep in the
God.
rain. I'm sick. I'm gonna throw up on the side of the boat.
Nah. That shit was
Oh.
fucking awesome.
Fuck that. Yeah, some people can do that. I mean, it's all about your preference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would never be an option for me. That's the thing. It sucks. Yeah. I couldn't do it. I had to wear a little patch or some shit all the time. You know, those little patches. Oh God, I hate that. Oh, that's just the worst feeling too. It's It's the worst feeling. They just sick. I get all nauseous, could break out a cold sweat.
What happened to me one time? I was on a boat. We were going fishing. Went out in the ocean, and he went deep in the ocean, and the boat was small. And
It'll get you.
I got sick, dude, and it's a fucked up feeling.
Yeah, it sucks.
It'll get you, bro.
Holy shit! He told me look up in the sky.
Yeah. You can't look a level like that.
Yeah, bro.
The
Because,
bounce.
bro, that shit, bro. My stomach. I mean, I really felt fucked up.
Right.
I mean, it's bad seasickness. I had it.
It is. It sucks. It sucks.
I had it one time.
It's
man.
little boats that'll get you. If
That
you're
little
used
boat,
to it,
man.
Because, bro, fucking, I got seasick coming straight out of the Navy. Go to fucking
Oh shit.
Fort Lauderdale,
Yeah.
bro. And we get on this little boat. You know, they do the little party boat
Yeah.
shit. I'm drinking. I've never drank on the ship
Yeah.
in the Navy. So I'm drinking, hanging out with friends and shit. Fucking, bro, we got on that boat, bro. That bitch got the rock, and I said, what the fuck going on?
That's the worst.
I went outside. I went up to the top. I said, hold up, let me breathe. Let me try to get some. No, that shit wasn't working. I started breathing.
Yeah,
that
you
shit just
gotta
made
get
it
off
worse.
the
Makes it worse.
Bro, I was like, yeah, let me just go
It
to
just
the
fucked
bank.
up your whole thing. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just over the side.
Oh, I do this too.
Seasickness is a mofo.
Yeah. Man.
One time, Uncle Nick came down for, I think it was for my sister's wedding, and we went out and had breakfast. You want to go deep sea fishing? So I was like, all right, it's a big boat, so I know I can usually handle it. So
Right.
we had a nice breakfast. We get there, get on the boat. I get out there, everything's good, feeling good. We're catching fish, having a good time, and all of a sudden, I was like, oh fuck. Here it comes. And so it's the next thing you know, my stomach starts grumbling. Fucking more on them big deep sea fishing boats where it's like the whole boat smells like fish and diesel. So I had to go downstairs into the bow. The bow smelled like diesel and dead to fish.
Oh,
And I'm down there like, oh god, I'm fucking so sick. I was like, I had to
boy
get
finna blow.
I blew chunks in the bathroom. I was fucking dying, dude. It was the worst feel. That was the worst one I ever had. It was the
Yeah,
worst.
it's bad, dude.
Because it was fine, and then we got out there and we
That
parked.
happened to me one time.
Yeah.
I've been out in sea and stuff like that. I mean, I've been on probably 30 cruises. Never felt
Yeah, I've been on cruises. I never had any issues with those because it's a big
because
boat.
the ship is big.
But that fucker
Well, when I was on Todd's boat, he's on a 70-foot boat. I mean, that shit barely moved.
barely moved. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a big ass boat.
That's a big boat. Yeah, that's a nice boat.
That's a nice yacht.
Yeah, I would just
Mine
be
is
tough.
half that size, 38 foot.
38. Yeah, you got one bedroom, one bath.
Two bedroom.
Two bedroom,
actually.
nice.
2 bedroom, 2 bath.
Oh,
2
damn.
showers. Yeah.
That's pretty.
Living
That's pretty
area.
big. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's nice.
yeah.
It's decent
It's nice.
size.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
a nice size.
yeah.
Yeah. I have a nice outside deck, It's cool.
That's cool. Yeah. Say you're free.
Yeah.
No taxes.
Freedom, no
No
tax.
taxes on the dock rent.
For real. Doctor.
No tax on dock rent.
No, there isn't any.
Yeah. Should be no tax on nothing.
There should be no taxes
Yeah.
on anything.
Wouldn't it be nice if like we had the 250?
They took out business property tax. So like I used to pay
Yeah, I remember you didn't have that.
I used to
issue,
pay
yeah.
rent and pay tax on top
Well,
of it.
that's going to
Now
be on
I
the
don't.
ballot for the property tax in Florida coming up
I
next this year.
can't see that not winning. People, the argument is that, our schools and all that,
Yeah, but that's
our police, that's
They
bullshit.
get plenty of money. They get plenty. Look at Bat Flowers just got a whole shitload of money from the county just recently. They don't tell you how much they really have, Eddie. The county has way more money than they're
Especially this fucking
They
county.
tell when I worked at the county
Especially
at the
this
chamber,
damn
I
county.
knew I saw their numbers. They had way more money.
You want
when
to
they,
tax somebody?
when they got all that
tax
money
me
from
side.
when they got all that money from fucking Biden, when Biden got all, they were calling it Biden bucks because they were getting so much money. That's why everything's expensive, because they injected so much money into the system, giving all these counties all this Biden bucks and all that shit. And same with the CARES Act when they did that during COVID, they printed up all that money. Remember I told you
Yeah.
the loans they were giving out for the CARES Act. They were giving the money for PPP. The banks were lending the money, their own digits on a screen. They were lending the money to the people, and the Fed was paying them back. So the banks were using their own money. The Fed was using the bank's money to give all these people the PPP money, and then it was guaranteed loans. So all the banks had to do was just go, hey, we need that money for that $100,000 loan that I gave this guy. And then the Fed would just go, and then they would shoot the money right to the fucking banks. And then so where did that money come from? They just printed it up. They just gave it to the banks. So the banks gave it to the people for PPP, and then the feds gave the banks back the money. So that's how they just doubled everything. The banks gave them, and then the feds gave them the money back.
And then the scammers, I got all that money too.
Exactly. So that's a perfect example of where they got the money from. Because I watched them. I was like, well, how's the Fed going to give all these loans out? And I was like, oh, they're using the bank's money. They're telling the banks, give people the loans. They're guaranteed. Don't worry, we'll give you guys the money because all the loans were guaranteed. And so and then when they needed the money, they just sent the paperwork to the feds, and the feds shot them a fucking wire for $100,000 or $200,000 or $1 million, whatever they gave them. Where'd they get it from? They went, there you go. Here's your $100,000. Yeah, I watched it at Marine Bank. I watched
this guy
him do
with
it.
an electric company out here in Indian River. He got $1 million.
Yeah. So the bank he went to do the loan gave him the $1 million. They went, here you go, Mr. And then the $1 million went into his account. And then as soon as the money went into his account, they called the Fed, and the Fed shot them the $1 million. So they created $1 million by giving somebody $1 million.
Is that the guy that got caught with the construction? He got in trouble?
I'm not sure, but
I remember one guy. I think it was $2 million. Him and his wife got arrested because they did.
This guy has a legit company, but he got $1 million.
Some people got caught, doing shady, getting shady loans. But the thing is that the banks didn't care. They were willing to give the loans out because they knew they were guaranteed by the Fed. So they didn't even check your credit. Nope. They just if you had a business and you showed them the tax returns and we need the money because I got to pay like 30 employees. I need like $300,000 so I can pay them for the next 6 months. Then they just say, oh, here's your $300,000, sir. Okay, thank you. And they lift, and they would, whether they paid their employees or not, whatever they did with that $300,000 up to them, because the banks didn't care because the feds were going to give them the $300,000 anyway. So it was all guaranteed. So they created money out of thin air just during that bullshit. That's why everything's so expensive.
Yeah.
That's why. And I saw it happen in real time because I was working at the county, and the county was getting money too. So they were injecting money to the county. So the county was doing all this bullshit with the masks and all the stuff and all these little things they were doing. They were spending on whatever the fuck. And then they were getting the money from the feds.
Putting all those ugly books in school.
Yeah.
And all that shit.
The book, the school district got money. It was COVID money. As long as they masked the kids up.
I remember.
Yeah, that's why they wanted to mask the kids up. That's why they didn't care, because they wanted the money. Dr. Moore steered them into voting to keep masking the kids up. As long as they were masking the kids up, they were getting money from the feds, and that's what they were doing. It was all fraud. It was all bullshit.
They fucked a lot of these kids
and all these kids are fucked up now. They all got fucking mental health problems now. Now they all got mental health crises, addiction problems, because I saw it was going to happen. Dr. Mark told everybody. A pediatrician was telling them, I'm not treating kids for COVID. I'm treating kids for depression and social anxiety and self-isolation and suicide attempts. That's what I'm treating kids for. I'm not treating kids for COVID, so you really should mask them up. Oh, what do you want to vote, guys? Oh, 3-2. Mask them up. But a fucking pediatrician who treats 2/3 of the kids in this town told them straight up that we're not treating kids for COVID. I'm not treating kids for COVID. I'm treating kids for depression, for fucking
because you guys were fucking masking these kids up.
Exactly.
They shut down all the parks. They shut down everything that a kid could do. They shut down everything. That's why a kid was suffering with fucking. They shut down the world.
Yeah.
Literally said nobody can stand next to each other. Nobody can talk. You got to wear a mask. Everything. They shut down the world. You fucked up the kids. Yeah. That's probably the whole goal. That probably was the whole goal. To shock the fucking future.
Yeah.
Well.
And that's what it was. So they didn't listen because they did it for the money. They did it to get the COVID money.
You remember it was like what they got $40,000 for every person that said they had COVID.
Yeah, and the hospitals did the same thing. So where did they get the money to give the hospitals that money for the fucking COVID?
I think they were getting $80,000. Something like that.
Yeah. $80,000. Where was that money coming from? That money was coming from the Fed too. They were printing it up and giving it out.
I remember that lady in Port St. Lucie, Sue, who was in the hospital, said that son died of COVID. He said, "No, died in a car accident."
No, one of them got shot. One of the kids got shot, and they fucking had on the fucking death on his death certificate. He died of COVID.
Fuck out of here.
What?
No. Yeah,
they were doing that in the hospitals.
So again, what was it for? It was all for money. It was all for money. So the hospitals did it. So the insurance companies gave the hospital the money because they were like, "Oh, he died of COVID. Okay, here's $50,000. Okay, then where did the insurance get the money from? They got it from somewhere too." So then they were just passing the money down to the hospital. So the hospital started to get greedy. That's why Gene Posca, the doctor here in town, went against the protocol. He was helping people. He was giving them other medicines to help them save them.
He was on our show.
Yeah, and he came back around, and And he was seeing that they were changing the protocols and they were killing people. And he was like, "What the fuck's going on here? Why are you taking them off my protocol? It's helping them. They're getting better." No, they wanted to die because they're demons. Because they're demons, they have no regard for human life.
No,
that's what it is. Evil. So they do it for the money. They do it for the power. They do it for the greed. They're not human. They'd rather see somebody die in a hospital bed on a ventilator and get $40,000 for the hospital. That's what I mean. So they rather see that. So imagine that. You know the ventilator's going to kill the guy, and then you sit there and let it happen. His ass up. But you know it's going to kill him, but you know the hospital's going to get $40,000 and $40,000. So then they're going to get $80,000. Oh, the hospital's getting $80,000, so we're making money. So, oh, well, sorry your person died. Oh, that's sorry, my bad. You know, and that's what they did. That's why they forced the protocol on everybody for the fucking ventilator and other shit. Because they were forcing it on them because they knew it would take them out. They'd crap out. So it was a guaranteed crap out. And it was all for money. And that's why everything's so expensive. That's really what it comes down to.
That's why we're getting taxed.
That's why we're getting clobbered all this time for taxes and everything else.
Everything else, man. Fucking everything is fucking us up, man.
Yeah.
We need to fucking
because we're the goyim, we're the slaves, we're the ones, like you said, given we're the ones that are keeping the machine going. You know, it is a machine. You know,
and you're forced to pay it because you need to move.
Yeah, you know, you're
forced to pay it.
You know, and then
you're forced to pay taxes. Like when they say you don't pay taxes, what the fuck you talking about? I pay taxes. I have to fill my tank every time I go eat. Things that are a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
well,
I fucking put on shoes, my fucking clothes. I pay taxes. What are you talking about?
Well,
I don't pay taxes.
Yeah, even the construction. We'll finish up on this. Even the construction in front of my house here that they did all this thing that collapsed out here. They tax that right onto my taxes. I have to pay that for the next 15 years, extra $400 every year because of that. They're charging me to fix it.
Fix the street.
All these houses are getting taxed extra this year. Every house in this neighborhood that has a mortgage, mortgage went up because of what they had to do here because that thing collapsed. Because
they had nothing to do with you.
It had nothing to do with anybody. It was the developer that developed
faulty land.
Yeah, and it's the canal, so it should be the county's responsibility, but it's not. They said it's our responsibility. And we tried to fight it, and they said no, sorry, and they just rubber stamped it, and then my mortgage went up by $200 a month, just like that because of that. I shouldn't have had to pay for that. So that's why I hope that DeSantis and this shit gets fucking passed, and everybody doesn't have to pay their their property taxes. And maybe we'll get a rebate back too. You know, something's got to give. I mean, I've always been saying this: the money has to, all this money that's being found and all this stuff that they've been screwing us on has to come back to the people at some point. That's the way I look at it. And I've been saying that for fucking 3 years on this podcast, and I still hold it to it. That eventually,
we get to a blue in the face for it.
But I'm going to keep putting it out there. I'm going to keep putting it out there. Yeah, you know, because I put a post today about it. That all this fraud and all this money they've taken from us and screwed us out, it should all go back to the people.
It should. And I thought that's what they were going to do.
Well, the Bible says, and you know that the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. Yeah. You know, so I mean, like we talked about all this evil doings and all these evil doers. The wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. God's having them stored up for the righteous. So they're hoarding all their shit up, thinking they're going to take it with them wherever the fuck they think they're going, and then they're going to be up. That's what happened. They go on, and then what's going to happen? All that shit, all that fake money, they'll all come back to the people, and then some. Like the manna from heaven.
Amen.
Right? You know,
I agree.
Yeah. I just keep that faith.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
It's just in the meantime, everybody's struggling.
Exactly. It's tough day to day. But like we said,
everybody I speak to has told me, man, bro. Oof.
I know, but we have
a lot of my customers that come in. You know, like. You know, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, bro, fucking gas is expensive. Yeah. Yeah. So you know, my store is struggling because
it's a bunch of it's a battle, man.
Ugh. Anyway, guys.
Right. Well, it was a good show.
Great show. Good night, guys. Thanks so much for listening. Please subscribe to the show and share the show. Yep. And another shout out to Cat's Pizza, man. They're fucking awesome. I can't wait to eat my way.
Coming through.
Yeah, I'm ready to eat right now too. All right, guys.
God bless, man.
Yep. Stay human.
Peace, chicken grease, baby.
We out.